You know, it's always been the adage when it comes to coffee that people always say grinder is the most important thing. Put all your money towards the grinder. And you know what? I have a problem with that. That may have been the case years back when you had to spend at least $400 on a Rancilio Rocky or $550 on a Eureka Specialita. But those days are gone. Grinders now are cheap. And I find that the espresso machine is also very important because you have different variables there. Flow rate. You got the pressure that the pump is putting out. You got different temperatures. The shower screen and the distribution of the water. There's so many things that the espresso machine does that the grinder doesn't. And now you can get a good grinder for really cheap. One of them is the Starseeker E55 Pro, as you see here. Now this one is interesting because first of all, it's relatively cheap. It's made out of metal. This is aluminum. It has got a really good ability here to dial in. It's stepless. It has a heptagonal burr set inside. So it's a 7-bladed burr set in there. It's a single doser with minimal retention. Let's say 0.1, 0.2 at the most. It's got a plasma generator on it, so that you have a little bit less static on your grounds. There's still some static, but a little bit less. And it's very small. On top of that, look at this power brick. Okay, some people don't like power bricks, sure. But the cool thing about it is that you could bring this with you anywhere in the world because this works on 100 volts up to 240 volts and 50 to 60 hertz. So you can use this in Europe, Asia, South America, USA, whatever. That's convenient. It also does a really nice job with grinding for espresso. Top all that off with the fact that you can just simply remove the bellows there and you can unscrew this all the way. You don't even need any tools to get to the outer burr, which is pretty nuts. And if you look at the burrs inside, you're going to notice that they're golden in color. They are titanium plated. And that titanium plating they put on there, I think mostly to look cool, but it's also supposed to help hardness and to keep an edge on the grinder burrs. What I think is most interesting about this machine is how smooth it is here to adjust the grind. So actually, if I go all the way past the 0 point, I'm just going to turn this off, I can get just about to 70 or so. So minus 30, and I'm at right around 30, let's say, for my espresso grind. Maybe between 25 and 32. But what you'll notice is just how smooth it is to make that adjustment. And I believe that the smoothness has to do with the roller bearings that they have inside. There's a whole ring in here dedicated to roller bearings, so you got a really nice and smooth adjustment. Super nice. So I'm at like 30 for espresso. I'm about at 50 for pressurized espresso, and somewhere around, let's say 100 for my pour overs, of which I haven't made many, but I made a couple, and for me, they're just fine. Now, this may produce more fines than, let's say, a grinder dedicated for pour overs, but I have fast flowing Abaca filters, and for me, I've been getting, for my taste, tasty pour overs out of this guy as well. Where's the downside? Well, there's not a whole lot of downside to it, especially considering the cheap price. What I will say is that it's very slow in grinding. So for an espresso grind, I'm right about at 0.5 grams per second. So it does take a while to grind. I would wish that this magnetic catch cup would be a little bit stronger. It doesn't quite snap into place as well as I'd like. And it falls off if you tip it over a little bit, but otherwise, pretty sweet grinder. One more thing to mention, it does just have a 72 watt motor in there. That's not exactly powerful, in my opinion. But so far, it's munched through all the beans I've given it, and I've been using it for about a little over a month now. Bellows also works pretty good, but one other down point is when you bang on it real hard, it does tend to blow the dust a bit around, so it's not completely mess-free. I do want to mention something else, though, that bothers me a bit, and that is when you take off this top adjustment collar here, the machine will still run. There is nothing to notice that this is missing, and it will run the grinder. So there's no safety mechanism in there. That's too bad. Otherwise, very simple to use. All you gotta do obviously is drop your beans in there. You can do it with a cold start or with a hot start. Just press the button here. You'll see we got a little illuminating button here, and just let it run through. It does not stop on its own. Some of the grinders do. Notice a difference there in the current required to run the motor through the beans. This does not do that. So you got to turn it off on your own. But otherwise, pretty sweet little grinder. All right, let's go ahead and make an espresso. All right, before I go any further into the video, I do have to mention two things. Number one, Starseeker offered to send me this grinder, and I thought, all right, I'll take a look at it. So I didn't have to pay for it. And also, number two, please consider giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel if you like these kind of reviews, so I know to make more in the future. What we're gonna do first of all is we got 16.9 grams in here. We're gonna see how much retention remains in there. I'm at a setting of 25, and we're also going to see here what the rate is. The grinding rate. So let's see. Here we go. So about 0.6, 0.7 grams per second. Okay. So that did take a while, about 40 seconds to finish. And let's see, what did we get out? 16.7. So we got minus 0.2 grams. Pretty good. I would say about average for a single dosing grinder. Now let's go ahead and prepare our puck and see what the shot looks like. All right, there we go. Ready, set, go. I'm gonna try to film with this camera, see if I can get a nice close-up or not. So don't mind me walking around here. And let's see what it looks like coming out. All right, that first shot was taking too long, so I reloaded and I ran it at 29 instead of 25. Let's see what this looks like. All right, let's have a look at the shot here, see how it went. This is my second attempt after having put the grinder back together, and you can see it's coming through there pretty good. No sprayers or anything like that, so that tells me that the particle size is pretty good, distribution is good, and yeah, it's maybe running just a little slow, but certainly not bad. Okay. All right, so that shot looks a little bit better right there. Pretty good flow rate. And extremely chocolatey. A little pungent. It was running at about 1 gram per second. There's a little bit of a truncated shot. I was aiming for 34 out. I got 27 out instead because that machine just shuts off when it wants to. But what I can say in my past month of experience with this machine is that it does a nice job grinding for espresso. I get pretty smooth shots, very chocolatey shots, really good body on them. This particular one I would have liked maybe to open up the grind just a little bit more. You have to experiment. Before the video I ran it at 32 and that was much too fast. So I started then at 25 and now 29. Probably I need to be right about 30 or 31. But the good thing is you have the flexibility here to be able to make that adjustment. It's very simple to adjust. I would say more simple. You can do it with just one hand. That's much more simple than a lot of other grinders that I know. And yeah, for the money, it's definitely something interesting to consider, especially if you like conical burrs that are going to give you extra fines for a really nice thick texture. In summary, interesting machine, metal build, tiny, a power brick that can go anywhere in the world, 7-bladed burr inside, titanium coated, Really nice adjustment here with those roller bearings, plasma generator on there. Make sure to keep those contacts clean though, and also don't brush your hands up against them because they do carry an electric potential on them. That's going to do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. And if Starseeker is watching this, please consider adding some safety switches in there so that when the top is off, that you cannot turn it on. Until next time, I wish you happy coffee drinking and happy espresso drinking. Bye now.